Hi, this is Harish here. Welcome to DB2 LUW HADR tutorial part 19. In this tutorial, the tip that I wanted to provide you is that you cannot do crash recovery on a standby database explicitly. The scripts that I'm using for this tutorial are freely available for download. The data files are available for free download at db2luwacademy.blogspot.in. The URL for my YouTube channel is, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/db2luwacademy. You can reach me at db2academy@gmail.com. This slide talks about the problem scenario, the reason, and the solution. The scenario is you cannot start crash recovery manually in a standby database. So for example, you have a HADR primary standby up and running in peer state, and for some reason the standby instance gets killed. So maybe you are having two instances, one is for dev, one is for QA. Somebody the intention was to kill the dev instance, but you kill the QA instance. Human error happens, or it could be any other reason. So whatever, the standby instance got killed. So the logical question is, obviously the database will also would have crashed. It's like, it would have been rolling forward certain changes, and it got abruptly shut down or killed. The instance got killed. The database also would come down crashing. So the logical question is, can you issue a restart DB command? Because obviously if you find out what is the root cause and fix the issue, and eventually you will start the instance, but after that, should you issue the restart DB command? Now if there is a regular or primary database crash recovery is there, right, you can either manually do it, or you can issue the restart database command manually doing it, or you can set the auto restart parameter to on, and on the first connection to the database the crash recovery will be initiated. But the standby, you cannot issue restart DB command. It is not allowed. So the reason is very fairly simple. It's just that it became like a shocker to me, because we think so many things for granted. Like I kind of had this understanding, like everybody has this understanding, standby is in a roll forward pending state, but what is the significance of it? We often tend to overlook that. So it is a direct significance of that. So there's no obligation for the standby to be in a consistent state as long as it is a standby. Only if you do takeover or something like that, the standby will try to become primary. So that is the time you want the database, like when you open up the database for client connections, that is the point of time you want your database to be consistent. You don't want the standby database to be in a consistent state. So you don't need to per se like initiate crash recovery in a traditional sense, but the crash recovery is kind of an implicit process. I would say it's still happening. The log stream and the verification of the log stream, even the extents page level log stream matching is all done, but it's more of an implicit thing. So you just need, the solution is just, you just need to activate your standby database after your instance crashes. Like after your instance crash, obviously you're going to start up the instance, and then you just need to activate the standby. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. Like you don't need to restart, you don't need to connect, like you don't need to do anything, just activate the standby, that's enough. And this scenario is like very, I'm not saying it's very specific to HADR. Like for example, I'll tell you one more scenario which is there in the black. You have like a backup image, it's a regular database, it's not even like primary standby, it's just a regular database. You have a backup image, you restored it, and then you are rolling forward it, and let's say you have like about 100 log files to roll forward, and on the 50th log file the database crashes or the instance comes down. Then what you'll do, you can't go and connect to the database because it's in a roll forward pending state, and you can't activate, like obviously you can't activate a roll forward pending state database, so you can't connect to it. So all you need to do is just make sure all those log files, the same set of log files are available, and just issue the same roll forward DB command to end of logs and complete. That's it. So it's very simple. I mean, it might not be like a big thing initially. I mean, if for experts or any other like seasoned DBAs, they find it like, why you need a video blog for this? Like this is not like a really big tip or something, but yeah, it was like, for me, I mean, I'm just learning, so I just thought how we overlook the significance that the standby is in roll forward pending state until it becomes primary. So it is just a direct outcome of that. So Okay, so as usual, let's go to the examples. So here I have two systems. Now this is my standby. So you can see that this is a standby, it's in PS state, it got connected, I have started the instance and I have activated the HADR database, it's there in PS state and everything, and I have deactivated it. Okay, so this is my standby system and this is my primary system. So in primary system, what I have done is like, this is like a huge thing, so a lot of things I've done already, so I just don't want to show you that because this is the actual test case. So if you go here, you have a HADR up and running in peer state, so I have shown you that it's up and running in standby in peer state. Okay, and after that what I do is like connect to that, create the table, just run some transactions, commit it, connect, reset, deactivate again, activate it again, and deactivate my standby, which is what I have done. Okay, so you can see that it's deactivated, and after that what I did was connect to the primary and run this transactions, which is going to just insert records into this t_log table, and I'm repeating this. Like if you run it once, it will create one archive log file. So I have run it like 100 times, so I'm not going to show you that. So that's why I said like I have started the instance, I have connected, I have created the table and everything, and I have generated these log files. See here, so it was in PS state, and after that I'm just running transaction after transaction after transaction in the primary. And when I run this, the important point to note is when I run and complete, like even before, like when I start this activity of running these huge transactions, my standby is in deactivated mode. Okay, so which means that I'll be like lagging behind by 100 log files basically, right? So that is what is happening. So I'm not showing you that because it's going to take a lot of time. So I have already done these steps, so it's all committed and it's up and running. Okay, and you can see that I have repeated all these things, and I can even like connect, reset. I think I have done that, because even if you do connect, reset, the database is still going to be active. So let me just do the connect, reset, and what I'm going to do is next prepare the instance for crashing. So I'll go to the standby system. So what I'm going to do is ps-eaf pipe grep-i db2 says c, and you can see the process number is 3874. So what I'm going to do is open up another terminal. Okay, and just hold on, maximize that, and sorry, I'll again just do that, ps-eaf pipe grep-i db2 says c. So I'm going to say sudo su hyphen, and oh, this is not going to work. Okay, let's just try that. It's not going to work. Okay, so su hyphen mxlx okay, x. Okay, so this is taking a okay, failed. Su hyphen mxlx. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to tell you the password for the root. Okay, yeah, so this is how I'm going to kill my instance, kill -9 3874. So I'm not going to kill it right away. Instead what I'm going to do is, okay, minimize this. Okay, okay, so what I can do is db2 activate db name. So once I activate this, and after I activate that, I have to run this command. So I'll just copy that. Okay, and I'll come back. Okay, so activate db-HADR. So and the primary is already up and running, so it will try to contact primary, it will try to do, see, it's fetching 369, and I can run it like one more time, 369, one more time, 371. You can see that it's going right, 373. Okay, let's go to this place, inst1 node 00, I think it is a skill 001. Okay, log stream, yeah, 369, 380, 382. So what is happening here is it's fetching the log files from the primary, and the standby is rolling forward, and I'm going to kill this instance. See, it rolled forward up to 384, 385 something. Okay, now is the time, hit it. Oh shit. Okay, hit it. Yes, I killed the instance. So this is like, you know, crashing the instance kind of a scenario. Okay, so I killed the instance. You can see that boom, it's gone. All right, it's not there. So we have crashed the standby instance, when the rolling forward was happening, like it was trying to retrieve the file and it was playing all those things. So you can see that in the log stream here. See, from 369 to 390, it contacted the primary, it was doing this roll forward activity, and you can see that it was in 385, but it has retrieved up to 390, right? But then there is in the primary, if you look at in the primary, the log files is like up to 472. It's like really huge. We stopped at around 380, 390 somewhere, you know. There are a lot of log files. So okay, now what is that? So since the instance got crashed, all obviously I'm going to like start my standby instance again. So after that, so if I say db2, and you can see that, okay, sorry, the read on standby is enabled, right? So I then connect to HADR. I still can't connect, okay? And if I say db2 restart db name, it's not going to happen. I can't issue that on a standby database. So all I need to do is just activate db name. It's as simple as that. So once that activation is happening, the crash recovery is kind of implicit. So you will see that, see 381, 383. So it's just continuing from where it left, right? Because it's in a roll forward pending state, and it just goes on. It just contacts the primary. It just looks at, okay, this is the time where the crash happened. This is the log file at which the crash occurred. So just replay the transactions from there. So the crash recovery is kind of implicit. The log files are available over the network from the primary. So the roll forward command is going to pull in all the log files again. So you can see that, see, that is happening. 391, 392, 393, it's going on, 399, 400, it's going to take a long time. So it's going to take up to 470 something. So let it run. So I'm showing you, like, if a crash occurred, if instance got killed, you just need to just activate the database, like start your instance and just activate your database. That is all you want to do, right? Okay, so that we have established, and there is another test case. In the meantime, we'll discuss that test case. So this is for a regular database. So I'm not going to show you that because of the time constraints, but you can just do this yourself. Like, all you need to do is just restore a database and roll forward this. You can give the command roll forward db to end of logs and overflow log path, and make sure all the log files are available. So if you look at here, I have that example. Like, for example, okay, downloads, loady. So here I have the load backup image, and I have the associated log files from 718 to 800. So I just need to restore this database and say roll forward to end of logs. So when I do that, right, obviously you can run this command in another terminal, and you can see that it's doing that roll forward one by one. And once you reach some 25 log files, right, once it is coming, like for example from 718, 720, 720, like that, once it reaches say around 760 or 750, whatever you can choose, and that time just go and crash the instance, like the same kill -9 PID as a root user. So you can crash the instance. After that, if you activate, it's not going to activate. If you connect, it's not going to connect. If you restart, it's not going to do any of those things, because even though it is a regular database, it is in a roll forward pending state. So all you need to do is, like, again issue the same command, roll forward db to end of logs. So this is just for a regular database. I'm just showing you. The point is, if the database is in a roll forward pending state and it gets crashed, you just need to reissue the roll forward command. That's it. You don't, the recovery, that's why actually it is called as, that's why there is a meaningful name for it. It's called as roll forward recovery. You know, it's just not simply rolling forward, it's part of your recovery process. So the crash recovery, or when you say, it's not like you need explicitly, like you need to say it is a crash recovery. So it's just kind of an implicit thing. So okay, it is still going on. Let's see. Okay, 405. So I have to go till 472, then only it will become like a regular normal database. I mean, it will become into peer state. It will come into peer state. So you can, in the meantime, you can just run this command for the getting the status. Yeah, so it's in a remote catch up state, so it's just catching up. Okay, you can just run that. 407. Okay, it's taking a long time. It's taking a long time. Obviously, see, this is like a virtual machine and stuff. It's not going to be super fast. Like I have like one Windows machine with two VMs for the primary and standby. It's an 8 GB RAM. Okay, it's going to take a while to come into peer state, but okay, that is the concept that I wanted to discuss with you. So you don't need to explicitly initiate crash recovery process in a standby database, or if you are having a database in a roll forward pending state and this roll forward is happening like one log file after the other, and if it crashes, all you need to do is again just issue the same roll forward command. If it is a standby database, all you need to just activate the database, that's all. And I'll also show you like db2 get db cfg for HADR pipe grep -i auto. I would say the auto restart, right? There is a parameter. I have set auto restart off, but I have checked the same scenario with auto restart on. In that scenario, or in that case also, it's pretty much the same. You don't need to you just need to activate the database, that's it. You don't need to do anything else. So that is the thing. Okay, and let's see. Okay, it's still in remote catch up state. 418. Okay, I think you get the point. So I'm just going to spare the just because it's going to take a long time. It's about 472. Let's see. Okay, 423 is not. It's going to take a long time. Another 50 log files to go. Okay, I will spare you that. So I'm not going to waste your time here. So that's the thing that I wanted to share. So that's it in this video tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel db2lew academy, youtube.com/db2lew academy. See you in the next video tutorial. Until then, bye bye.